Welcome back to World of Warships Legends, fellow commanders. You are back on the channel for slightly above average World of Warship reviews. And today we are reviewing the Bureau Project ship, American Tier 4 Premium Battleship, Oklahoma. All right, so the Oklahoma is basically a Nevada with a premium paint job and some minor stat differences, maybe a little bit better AA. The Oklahoma in real life was severely damaged at Pearl Harbor. They eventually stripped all the armaments off it. I think the hull of the ship sank while they were trying to tow it. We are here on Haven in a domination match. We are top tier threes and fours. So think of the Oklahoma as you would the Nevada once you get the ship. It is slow. It is not necessarily maneuverable. It has pretty fair AA. I am going to review the commander build and the ship setup at the end of the video. I've decided to do that because that way we can get right into the action and you can be entertained immediately. And if you're not interested in seeing the commander setup because you wouldn't follow my recommendations anyway, then you won't have to see them. Sorry, I was just double checking, seeing what ships were out there. This is a map that I think the spawns are all messed up on. We started in, I guess, what you call the middle spawn, and we were just trying to get out of sight here while we were broadside. We are spotted, presumably by a destroyer, and as you can see, the aircraft carriers torpedo bombers are already in the air. There is a Hawkins in New York. I'm just trying to see. I think I'm going to check my range here in a minute. I don't remember. I think this is Sims. I think it's Sims. It could be Lee. Uh, I don't know. I recorded this last night. I was very tired when I was doing it. I decided to experiment with skipping coffee, and I think coffee is like something you have to be fully in on or fully out on permanently. So I am back on the coffee train. All right, so there is a Corvette, a French Tier 3 battleship. He is running away. We will send some parting shots his way. I would love to shoot at this Omaha, however, Crispy Buds. I wonder if that is a marijuana reference. Um, I don't think we're ever going to get shots at the Omaha, at least not in this sequence, because this island is inconveniently in the way. However, I see a much juicier target, a broadside Hawkins. I am going to straighten out, and folks, while we're talking about this, I do want to let you know I have the Type 4 or the Type 9 permanent camouflage on the Oklahoma. Look how well camouflaged it is. Like the little towers and the smokestack are white or like a whitish gray, and the hull is gray. That's the camouflage. All right, so we didn't really do anything to the Hawkins. Cursed dispersion. There's a couple of destroyers over there, which is quite frankly not ideal. The Hawkins went behind an island, so I can't really shoot at him. So I'm kind of stymied for the moment. We got our sweet 1,000 damage. Here is a Gisano, and I'm going to size him up for some shells. And let's be fair that these ships don't have the greatest AA in my opinion, although in this build, I believe my AA is superior to the Texas. And I know at one point when the Texas first came out, everybody was talking about how great the AA was. In fairness, I may be doing somewhat of an AA build here because the Oklahoma, I don't know if it's bureau recency or what, but I found myself to be targeted by the enemy aircraft carriers big time. Speaking of big time, that is a big time Citadel, and we finish off the Hawkins. All right, so there's the Corbeil, and there is the Omaha, our old friend. He is shooting me in the arse. I'm just going to try to get those rear guns around. As you know, the Oklahoma has this weird turret arrangement. The, I don't know, the Alpha and Zulu turrets, I think they call them, have three guns. The super firing turrets have two guns. The Omaha has a round trip ticket to the bottom of the ocean and back to the port. Kill number two. All right, we're still looking at the Corbeil. He, I don't know what, I guess he's still running away. In fairness, he is being shot at by two other ships. I mean, I probably would have run away, but in the other direction. So, there is no better target than the one that immediately presents itself to you. As you can see, we got the bad dispersion on this thing. Good God, it's bad. I really think the spotter plane might be worth it on this ship. I've found that with a lot of US battleships lately, that even though I normally poo poo the effect of the spotter plane, the Kansas and the Oklahoma may need the spotter plane in order to be effective because that shell dispersion is crazy. All right, we lined him up perfectly. I am determined that we're going to get good shots. We do get good shots, but we do not kill the Corbeil. Thankfully, no one else kills the Corbeil either. So I'm going to aim a little bit higher because he is kiting away from me or turning away from me, and that is kill number three. Albeit I didn't really do a whole lot on that one. All right, so here is the Arkansas Founders Edition, a ship I have in my own port. I'm really wondering why it is still afloat because the Arkansas has zero, that's right, zero AA, no AA whatsoever. And to me, if you are an aircraft carrier commander and you see an enemy team has an Arkansas, it should be your number one target when you aren't spotting destroyers because it has no AA. It is an open target. It is free XP. It is a free kill for an aircraft carrier commander. The Arkansas is pretty tough, but the Arkansas is also out of his depth, I think. All right, here's the Giussano again, our Italian friend. We are going to give him a full broadside and don't really do a whole lot of damage. Tier 3 destroyer G101, premium German destroyer, sticks his nose in here. We are still looking at the Giussano to shoot down another airplane. And we're just trying to turn. So the island is providing us cover from torpedoes, but it is also preventing us from shooting at the Giussano. Here are those torpedoes. We will take one, I believe. Yep, couldn't move out of the way in time. And the Giussano is eliminated before we can get up there. So that's kind of troubling because I was hoping to get that kill. All right, some more torpedoes. I don't think they were aimed the best. Speaking of aiming, we will aim at the Arkansas. Full broadside Arkansas. No, just say no. You got punched hard, guy. And here's the other combo coming your way. Bam! Two straight citadels and the end of the Arkansas. Kill number four. All right, so thankfully, it looks like the aircraft carrier commander is targeting the G101. He gets taken out by a Montecuccoli, a ship that I heard allegedly in the stream is going to be due for some big buffs. I'll just take this moment to say it for everybody, for the tens of people that are going to watch this video. Bring SAP for Italian ships. The Paolo Emilio, don't own it. All the Italian cruisers, I only have the tech crew ones. They deserve SAP, folks. Let's get real. The Italians are kind of getting short shrift from wargaming. All right, here is the last non-aircraft carrier craft on the water, the New York. I'm going to give him a full broadside. And you can see dispersion, not so great. Do damage one of his turrets. Do get some nice, sweet green cap defended flags. Continuing to shoot down planes from the carrier. And look at that sweet dodge, folks. That's how you get it done in a extremely non-maneuverable World War One era battleship. All right, more shots at the New York while I'm continuing to try to pretend to avoid the enemy aircraft carrier airplanes. We do launch our airplane belatedly. We also take two torpedoes, which do a fair amount of damage, but thankfully do not do any flooding. So right about now, I'm saying, hey, it would be really great if I had a little help. That's really more to distract the carrier planes, get some more AA in the air than anything else. This New York, I'm going to take one parting shot at him before he goes behind the island. I want to say I don't think it's very successful, although I do get another green defended flag. He, on the other hand, smacks me pretty hard, so I use my uh, second heal, I want to say. I think we have three heals with this build. I guess it would help if I did my homework, but since we didn't review the ship in the port first, don't hold me to that. All right, so I'm determined to get this kill on the New Orleans. I think right about now I realize, hey, by the way, I have 4 kills. So I really want to stay alive. I really want to kill the New York, and we are going to get a nice prize along the way. I think we are so slow that we're going to capture this base while he is behind the island, and while the aircraft carrier planes are still floating around in the air. So there we go. An ACAP is what I've gotten to call the non-solo captures. And I'm just trying to predict the path of the New York. I don't trust the minimap. He is being whittled down by our aircraft carrier, which is great and everything, but getting a Kraken in the Oklahoma would be a beautiful way to introduce this ship to those who are not familiar with it, especially the loyal 22 subscribers to my channel. All right, so we are still being targeted by the enemy aircraft carrier. I am evasively maneuvering around one single solitary torpedo. Really, that was just pure luck, folks. And this New York, oh, pardon me. I think he's either stopping or reversing. Hard to say. More coffee did not give me the answer I was looking for. He's still being lit up. So while we're waiting for me to get there, Oklahoma, it's a brawler, in my opinion. You saw the dispersion was terrible. It's a standard U.S. battleship, World War One tech, all or nothing armor scheme. Good guns if you can get hits. Um, is it worth it as a free ship? Absolutely. All right, here's the New York. He is conveniently giving me full broadside. I have no idea what he is aiming his guns at. There is the high caliber, as you can see at closer range. We had no such dispersion problems. And I'm going to bow in on him, even though American battleships aren't exactly bow tanking um, ships, but I'm going to bow in on him. He is still aiming at a cruiser in the cap, I guess. That's fine. You can do that. I always aim at the closest enemy to me. And we will line him up again. There is a Citadel and the Kraken Unleashed in the Oklahoma. Oklahoma, okay. Look at that. It's a pun, and it's also the title of this video. All right, so right now I'm begging my teammates to give me a little bit of information about where the enemy ship is, because I would really like a Confederate, but I'll just skip to the end. That's not going to happen. Time is going to run out. We are going to get all the points first. So the Oklahoma, not especially maneuverable. Guns are punchy, but again, not very accurate at longer ranges, in my opinion, at least with this build. I believe it is a Lee build. I believe it is a full AA build simply because I found myself the target of the enemy aircraft carriers throughout the battles I played in this. All right, so here in the victory screen, we got the high caliber and the Kraken Unleashed, 5 big kills, 6 defended flags, and 12 airplanes shot down. Just short of 100,000 damage, just short of 300,000 silver. And the team results, there we are at the top of the board, 2353 base XP. No other ship in this match can compare to the Oklahoma. If you're leaving now, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more slightly above average warship reviews. If you are hanging around for the commander build, we are in the port. Our commander is Willis Lee. Base trait, don't let it spill, inspired by Kedrov and D. Rebel. In row one, we went with no fly zone, or I certainly couldn't blame you for using brawler. Row two, crisscross. Row three, firefighter. Row four, master mechanic. Legendary skill, will to rebuild. So that is our build there. Let's take a look at the upgrades. There is only one. We went with the AA mod simply because of this build. I didn't feel we needed a turret traverse buff. We've got 4 repair parties and 3 catapult fighters. You could consider swapping that out for the spotter plane. We are not using any booster flags. The allegedly Type 9 camo and the Memorial Day flag. 48,200 hit points and a 18% torpedo damage reduction with this build. We've got two rifle and two 3 rifle turrets, 15.1 kilometer firing range, 32.2 second reload time, 35-second turn time. HE shells, 4,900 damage, 27% fire chance. AP shells, 10,000 damage. 2 suites of secondaries, both fire out to 4 kilometers and do 1,800 HE shell damage. The first 8 reload every 4.5 seconds with a 9% fire chance. The second 10 reload every 7 seconds with a 6% fire chance. So that's that. I wouldn't recommend a secondary build for this, but it does have pretty fair secondaries, I think. All right, go to the AA. You can see the first suite of secondaries does count as dual purpose AA. This is boosted, obviously, by our choices. Maneuverability, exceptionally poor. I guess the rudder shift is okay. 20 knots max speed. Good grief. Concealment. This is pretty good number, I think, allegedly. 12.4 on the surface, 10.4 from the air, 11.3 when firing in smoke. Going to the armor viewer. Oh, I see lots of green. All right, so you've got this below water, mostly below water citadel, heavy plate on the front upper part, and a extremely minuscule plate on the bottom of the upper or the bottom of the front. The citadel is beveled. I wouldn't exactly call it a turtleback, but it is beveled on the edges. Maybe that has the chance to deflect some shells. Who knows? Put the bow back on. You do have a 19 millimeter bow. Not really great side plating. The thwart ship armor looks really good. Your turret bases are sloped and heavily armored, and the rest of the armor is what it is. Lots of green. That's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.